Call it the calm before the mad holiday rush. That is a live picture of rainy Newark Airport. This weekend, the FAA expects to see the most airspace traffic since the beginning of the pandemic. And one top airline analyst warns it may be too much for the infrastructure to handle. Hunter Kaye of WOLFE Research is rated #1 by Institutional Investor. He joins us now. Hunter, great to have you with us. Great shot.
Hey, thank you, Melissa. Good to see you.
When you say can't handle it, meaning going from 0 to whatever speed, 60 miles an hour, they can't do it?
Well, I mean, look, they'll handle it. There's going to be some hiccups. They've already proactively canceled a bunch of flights into the weekend. But look, fact is, they're in a tough spot right now. I mean, leisure demand is going to be back to over 100% of what it was pre-COVID this weekend, but then it's going to go right back to being down 25% 3 weeks later. So, you can't really staff up. What requires 2-3 months in advance to staff up for these types of surge weekends. You just can't really do it. And they're so starved for cash flow and revenue, they're going to schedule the airline aggressively and probably just hope for the best.
So what happens? I mean, does it change your models for the airlines at all? Do these flights eventually get taken, or does the time pass? For instance, if American cancels a bunch of flights, do people just lose out on those flights and they cancel their trips? Do they take the trips later?
It doesn't really impact the stocks, frankly, or the models, to be honest with you. I think there's obviously the longer-term impact of potentially like a regulatory blowback or something like that. And it's not good for their brands. It's not good for their longer-term pricing power. But yeah, if they cancel your flight because it's their problem, they'll get refunded if they can't reaccommodate you. But yeah, these types of things don't tend to impact stocks or our models that much. It's just kind of noise.
Hey, Hunter, it's Tim. Thanks for joining us. So you have us well trained to focus on a couple things, including capacity. Yeah, and energy prices, and sometimes good, sometimes bad for airlines. Quickly, Sketch, you said, how much capacity to add online. Ultimately, you're very often bearish on airlines adding too much capacity once things start to get good. Give me that outlook. And aren't energy prices good for the airline sector right now?
Yeah, Tim, thanks. Good to hear your voice. So, right now, United had an Analyst Day this week, and they said they were going to grow 4 to 6% compound annual growth rate from 2019 through 23. And that implies they're going to be about 25 to 30% bigger in 23 relative to 2019. That's a lot higher than what we were expecting. We thought they were closer to 5% bigger. And now we'll see what happens with the competitive response. Not a lot of other airlines have the aircraft to respond in that type of aggressive manner. I think United is trying to catch the competition a bit flat-footed because they didn't really cut their fleets that much while others did. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the only way that airlines tend to not overgrow capacity, should grow in line roughly with GDP, is if they all have the same cost problem, and high oil prices are one of those problems. And with Brent at 75, it's high, but not quite high enough to deter that type of excess capacity for now.
Hey, Hunter, it's Karen. Thanks very much for being on. Let me ask you about the higher margin business traveler, the international traveler. Where do you see that? How do you see that demand coming back over time?
Yeah, so business travel is still down about 65% from pre-COVID. International, at least long-haul international, still down like 95%. Caribbean is back, but that's de facto domestic. We think that business travel is never going to fully come back. I think it's going to still be down 10, 15%. Forever, outside of the nominal growth that occurs on the growth on the capacity that does come back. But international should snap back, I think, pretty quickly. The vast majority of volume in international markets is leisure. Unfortunately for the airlines, a good chunk of the revenue comes from the front of the cabin on the premium side, and that remains to be seen how that's going to come back. But I think international should be back probably about 75, 80% by the end of next year, and business travel should probably be back by about 70, 75% by the end of next year, I think.
So, Hunter, just to underscore what you said, you don't think business travel is ever going to return to pre-COVID levels. A lot of the airline CEOs are saying that they believe it will, and they're modeling and buying planes accordingly. Are we going to, is it an eventuality that we're going to hit that point where they are adding capacity back on that they don't need because they're not anticipating the demand correctly?
Yeah, look, it's a great debate. I have this debate with our clients all the time, and the fact is nobody really knows. Obviously, Scott Kirby, the CEO of United, has better data than I do, and he's a very smart guy, and he thinks that business travel is going to come all the way back. He might be right, but just ask yourself the same question: what type of conveniences have you afforded yourself these days during COVID? And there's a lot more people that are coaching their kids' soccer teams now than they did before. And if you're going to sit here and say we're never going to go back to the office full time, then why should we ever go back to the office? Why should we ever return to business travel full time? I just don't think that makes a lot of sense. But look, he's been bullish over the last few months. He's been right, but it's a philosophical debate at this point, and they're ready for it. Certainly, United is if it does.
Yeah, Delta variant. How big of a caveat is that in your mind?
It's not great. I mean, let's be honest. It's not great. I mean, here in the U.S., it's obviously not as big of an issue. It's not deterring leisure travel, as we just discussed. But there's pragmatic elements to it here too. I mean, when UK doesn't open its borders because of Delta variant concerns, you're going to see major multinational corporations here in the U.S. restrict their own business travel, even on domestic. So, you should expect a company like 3M or Caterpillar to relax business travel restrictions when the UK border is still closed, even if it is a domestic business trip. So, I mean, this stuff really just has to go away. And travel passports and PCR tests, that's not going to solve it. This really just has to just go away before people can get back to normal. But so the Delta variant's an issue because there's just not much summer left for a lot of these airlines to capitalize on.
Yep. Hunter, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
All right, Melissa. Thanks, everybody.
Hunter Kaye. Mike, where do you stand on the airline trade here?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with him on the business travel front in particular. It isn't simply an issue of whether or not the pandemic or the Delta variant is a remaining threat. It isn't simply just the fact that people, maybe they have decided that they're going to go to a hybrid work model where they're, staying work from home Monday, Friday, like Lazard said they're going to start doing. That's not the only issue. The other issue is that the infrastructure, the technology that everybody has on their desk to be able to do a better job locally, working either from their local office or from their home, has all improved. I mean, people have got virtual television studios in their house, and they've figured out how to make this kind of thing work. Where that wasn't working out, they're improving how they can collaborate in a virtual environment. And that really is the pressure factor taking away all the rest of this.
Right. I mean,
one stat.
Okay.
Zoom, its market cap is greater than United, Delta, American, Southwest, and JetBlue combined. I mean, that just tells you, I think, all you need to know. I mean, Hunter just said that the CEO of United has better data than he does. The market is speaking for itself in that regard, if you think about it. So, I mean, to me, I don't really think that that level of business travel is ever going to be back to those pre-pandemic levels. And it might have been going that way anyway because of the secular shift in technology.
You can go see a lot more clients on Zoom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, back to back to back. All right. By the way, Hunter Kaye's top picks are Ryanair and Sun Country.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.